Yeah, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's going to be a longer video, man. I'll try to keep it as short as I possibly can, which I believe I said in the last video. And it was technically shorter than the first one. So, um, not a liar. Anywho, we're going to be going into some pass rush, I guess, beliefs that I have, right? Um, and I wanted to, I'll call it a belief because, I mean, nothing is definite in Madden, right? But what I can say is that through 17 weeks of this third season of this league, I am leading the league in sacks, in total sacks, with 77 sacks. That's insane, right? Pretty sure that's a record. Even though like you go back to like earlier Maddens like Madden 20 when like edge threats were going crazy insane around the edges, I don't think I had 77 sacks in the season. I Yeah, I'm lying. I probably did, but we're gonna get into our defensive stats here now. We got two guys up for Defensive Player of the Year. One is going to be Dre Greenlaw here. Phenomenal season. 7.5 sacks, 10 picks, 17 TFLs. If you didn't see it already, you have a guy with 26 sacks. Now he just had a 3 sack game, 3.5 sack actually, where he was going into the game with 22.5, bro. And we just needed at least half a sack to break the record. We ended up getting 3.5. Pretty dope. Now, when I say this is going to be a longer video, it's because I want to go over multiple things, right? Getting 77 sacks, you don't get 77 sacks just by rushing 4 or rushing 3 every single down, every single game. I do send blitzes. I do send 6. I do send 7. I send 3. Like I vary up my blitz packages. They don't always look the same. They're not coming from the same spots. Got a lot of linebackers with a lot of sacks, but I also have DBs that are getting in there as well. And for the record, I do not use DBs as sub linebackers. So we're going to take a look at a couple things here. Obviously, the guy that's at the top of the list in sacks, we want to know why he's at the top of the list in sacks. And if we take a look at his player card here, you can see that he's up to 98 power move. He's up to 96 strength, 75 finesse move, which I wish it was higher, obviously, and 85 block shed. Now, the things that I personally think are making this player specifically go off the way he is, because he doesn't have the greatest abilities. These are the abilities that I've been running on him. Double or nothing has been very hit or miss this year for me. Under pressure does not help you get sacks. Defensive rally might, but it's just granting you an extra pass rush point, right? It's not saying like, hey, this is going to make you win. You're a rep. No, it's not. Having that double or nothing paired with the 98 power move, having the bull rush trait, having the high motor trait, um, having 96 strength, right? Like how many guards are in the league or, in your games, in your leagues or anything like that, that are going to be 96 strength or above, you know what I mean? Or they're going to have 98 pass block power or above. There's not that many, right? So how do we get this guy to dominate every game? And when I say dominate, I mean like you make impact plays. You make a sack, you make a tackle for loss. You force a pressure inaccurate that ends up being an interception. How do we put you in position to win every game? Right? And it's really all down to philosophy because we had the same player with almost the same abilities as he didn't have double or nothing yet. But we had a very similar player in the first his rookie season only had 18 TFLs and 6 sacks. How do we get 20 more sacks? How do we get 20 more tackles for loss? Right? So I'm gonna have to get into practice mode, so that's probably gonna take us a little bit of time. But in that time, I will say that this team is absolutely stacked in terms of players that are developing, in terms of players that are overachieving. And in just terms of player, like the way I've run my scheme has been not, I don't want to say perfected. I really don't. Because I'm not the perfect Madden player. I still lose games. I still struggle, but what I can do is build up a team. I know how to develop players, and I know how to put them in positions to make plays, right? Now, there's going to be a couple abilities that are going to help along with this type of scheme. Ideally, now this is an ideal world, you would have multiple guys with inside stuff and no outsiders, right? But in all reality, on this team, I don't have any of those guys. So we can take a look at the roster here. Take a look at the lineup screen. We'll get over to the defense now. The defense is stacked. Let's not. It's not. I'm not complaining at all. My DBs are elite. All four corners are X factors. We have one superstar pass rusher, one X factor outside backer, and then Drake Greenlaw, who's also in the running for DPOY this year. Now I've been dabbling with inside stuff on linebackers to see how it works. I kind of like it. Might leave it on them for a little while. We'll see. Playoffs are starting soon. But this guy right here, he is our he's basically our free player in a lot of these defenses here. So he's gonna have that no outsiders. I wish he had inside stuff as well, but we'll get there eventually. Probably not. It's only a 76 run stopper. But our key guy here is gonna be Witherspoon. Right now, we did just suffer an injury to our his running mate, same draft class. It's been building him up just the same. He just isn't superstar dev. But he's also a pretty good pass rusher. 91 power move, 93 strength, 88 block shed, right? 87 acceleration, high motor, strip ball, bull rush, swim. I wish he didn't have the swim move because he only got 61 finesse, but these are good players, you know what I mean, in this system, in this pass rush rotation, right? Now, if you take a look at the rest of the team, we also have, Daniil Hunter over here. He's got about 7 sacks, I believe. He's a regressing, aging player, but he's still uber effective at what he does. And what I'm asking him to do is play a contain rush and chase down quarterbacks. When you're 87 speed, 85 block shed, 90 acceleration, you can do just that, right? Now, when it comes to our actual pass rush, we're going to generate pass rush from 2 players. Really, maybe 3. It's our guy Fowler down here. It's our guy Armstead here, McCann here, and of course, Witherspoon. So these are the 3 guys that are going to be generating our pass rush, for the most part. We do have a run-stopping specialist on the team, just in case. We actually have 2. 3, to be honest. You have a couple run-stopping specialists, just in case you run into that guy that is going to tote the ball 30 times, right? Now, we have a defensive tackle with 86 block shed, 86 strength. It's not the greatest, but he's also 324 pounds. So he's going to be able to, be a wall in the middle, right? We also happen to have this big behemoth of a man, 360-pounder, 93 strength, 76 block shed. These aren't the greatest players, but, when you're using a rotation of pass rushers or run stoppers, those offensive linemen aren't building up resistance to new guys. They have to build that resistance. So if you're constantly interchanging players in and out of the game, that means that they never really gain resistance to those players, right? If you're moving guys around, they're never really building up resistance to those players, right? So we're going to take a look at something in CFM that I hadn't touched in quite a while, maybe 5-6 years. It's going to be formation subs, right? And I only did it in this league because I just wanted to try it out. I wanted to see what it was like, and I fell in love. So 3-4 under is one of my favorite run stopping defenses in this game. It used to be 3-4 even, but it's been 3-4 under for the last couple Maddens. In this formation, I have our star pass rusher lined up as right outside linebacker. Why? Why is he lined up at right outside linebacker? That's because on rundowns, which is typically first and tens, second and three, second and four, rundowns, I don't want my pass rusher to be using pass rush points on an offensive lineman that I want him to dominate on third down. Now, I'm going to say it again for those who didn't understand it. I don't want my elite interior pass rusher using pass rush points and the offensive lineman that I need him to dominate to build up pass rush resistance. That's why I have him playing outside on first downs. Right? Now, if we take a look elsewhere on the D line, you're going to have our guy Armstead here. Actually, this is actually where 15 was playing, who was hurt. So we actually got to make a change here. So we're going to actually move McCann to that spot. Now, McCann is not the greatest, right? It's not the fastest, doesn't have the greatest power move, but he is close to what I need. And he's also 319 pounds. Cannot be mad at that, right? If he can get any kind of push, that's great. We have our pure run stopper here at D tackle, 86 block shed. We want our highest block shed guy to play our nose because that's the guy that's going to be double teamed almost 100% of the time. And then we have our other DN here, which is a wild card spot, because if you're running to this side, the rest of the defense is there, bro. It's 4 strong to that side, plus a safety that can rock down and scraping linebackers and safeties from the back side. So if you run to that side, you're kind of screwed. Okay? But in any case, man, this is how I run my 3-4 defense or my base defense, right? So if we take a look at our nickel 2-4. So, and again, we have to get 15 was hurt, so we gotta make these changes here. So if we look from left to right, and then we're just focusing on our front 4. We're just focusing on the front 4 guys here, our base pass rush, right? So if we look from left to right, we have 5, 9, 92, 99, right? This is one of our main formations that we use in any type of passing situation. There's maybe 50, 60% chance that this is the formation I call on third downs, right? And then we look at something like nickel triple here. We have 99, 92, 97. I actually don't want 97 there. I want 9. And then 5, right? So now we have the same pass rushers, but they're just in different positions, right? So let's say on first down, I call 3-4 under, right? This is what I call on first down. So we got our guys here, 92, 96, 95, and 9. And then our other guy here is 5, right? This is the play we call on first down. If we go to, oh man, I hit the wrong button. I just hit back too many times. Let's get back in here to the formation subs, man. Let's get to defense, and just bear with me a second here. All right, so let's start over. So if we call this formation on first down, right? 92 is on the outside left of the screen. Number 5 is on the outside right of the screen. 9 is lined up as a 5 technique, typically over a right tackle, head up on the right tackle. 95 is inside the center and right guard, and then 96 is going to be lined up over the left guard, right? That's this alignment here versus a a 5 offensive lineman set, right? That's our first down defense. That means that, after this rep, whether it's run or pass, the offensive line has built up resistance to the guys that are standing in front of them, right? That's how resistance works. You get a snap, they build resistance. So let's say on second down, we come out in nickel 2-4. Oh, well, number 5 is not on the right anymore. He's now on the left, right? Number 5 isn't lined up over the tight end on the right side of the screen. He's lined up over the left tackle. Number 9, who was lined up as a 5 technique right over the right tackle, is now lined up between left guard and center. Number 92, who was lined up overhanging the left tackle, is now lined up on the right guard as a 3 technique. And number 99 wasn't even on the field on first down. So now, all those offensive linemen that were out there that built up resistance for those guys that were standing in front of them on first down, they now have brand new resistance bars for second down. Right? Now, let's just say in an ideal world, it's now third down and long, third down and medium, third down and 6, 7, whatever it is. We go to nickel triple. Well, says here that 99, who wasn't on the field for first down, was on the right side for second down, is now over the left tackle for third down. Number 92, who was lined up over the left tackle on first down, over the right guard for second down, is now lined up one-on-one with a left guard. Okay? Follow? Number 9, who was lined up at 5 technique, head up on the right tackle on first down, was lined up between left guard and center on second down, is now lined up head up on the center on third down. And then 5, who was lined up outside of the tight end on first down, outside of the left tackle on second down, is now lined up back over the tight end and or attacking the right tackle. That is the rotation, the ideal rotation that you want to have to keep your guys fresh, to keep the offensive line from building up resistance, and have your guys in position to attack one-on-ones. One-on-ones. So let's go back to 3-4 under. Where are the one-on-ones in this formation? Obviously, you're going to have one-on-ones on the outside, meaning your left tackle and your right tackle. 92 is going to go head up with the left tackle right here in this play. Number 5 is going to go head up on the right tackle in this play. The star of the show is this guy right here. In terms of Madden, he's a right end. In terms of my positioning here, he's actually a right end in a 3-4. Now, the guy we had here before he got hurt was 91 power move, 93 strength, 87 acceleration, 85, 86 block shed. Premier guy to have in that spot. If you're ever matched up against a subpar guard, he's going to beat him one-on-one every time in a pass rush set. Right? The other one-on-one here that you can typically get a lot is going to be this guy here. Because he's going to be head up on a tackle while number 5 is outside of the tight end. Now, if your tight end stays the block, that means 9 is one-on-one with your right tackle. If your tight end doesn't stay the block, that means that tackle has to choose between blocking 9 or 5. That's a good situation for your defense. Because if you actually send 9 and 5, that tackle has the big duel, and likely number 5 is coming scot-free. That's why he has 10 sacks on the season. Right? Let's get over to nickel. nickel 2-4. Now, this one is probably the most common formation that you're going to see in Madden, a nickel 2-4 or a nickel over formation, right? Me personally, I like to run under fronts, right? I like to run under fronts. But if it's third down, I want to almost guarantee that this guy, which is our most dominant pass rusher, is going one-on-one with a guard. So no matter what, I'm going to shift and slide, whatever I need to do to make sure that he is one-on-one with the guard. And what I like to do is I'll crash my D line inside, which means that the guy that's lined up between the center and guard, opposite of my 3-tech Witherspoon, that means that that guy, which in this case is going to be number 9, Eric Armstead, he is going to attack that center and force them to double team him. When they double team him, that means that 92 is one-on-one, and that's our ringer. That's our guy. That's our guy that's got 26 sacks. Okay? The last adjustment that we want to do to that is we want to QB contain. Because we know that in Madden, double teams lose just as fast as one-on-one blocks do. Okay? So our two interior pass rushers, 9 and 92, they're going to win in about 2 to 3 seconds. The last thing we want is for that quarterback to get outside of the pocket. So we put those QB contains out there. That's how 99, Danielle Hunter, has 7.5 sacks on the season. Just doing his job in the QB contain. All right. Now, we get over to nickel triple. Right? It's one of our pressure packages. We can send nickel blitzes out of here. We can send linebacker blitzes. We can send 6. We can send 5, 4, sometimes just 3. What 3 we like to send? These 3 right here. It's almost guaranteed that these 3 guys are going to rush in this formation. And the reason being is that they're all one-on-ones. Because number 9 is in an odd front and he is literally head up with the center. Meaning if he goes straight to that center, that leaves the guard one-on-one with 92. And that tells you everything you need to know right there. Because if that guard is one-on-one with 92 and you try to double him, that means 9 is coming free. If you try to double him with your tackle, that means 99 is coming free. If you try to slide your line to the right and double 92 with your center and left guard, that means 6 might come and be a free runner. We got him at 96 speed for a reason. You know what I mean? So, and these are all obviously theories, right? These are all best practices, best case scenarios. But when you put it into motion and you're running these formations, you're running these rotations, and you're sending blitzes out of 2-4, you're sending blitzes out of nickel triple, you're sending blitzes out of double A gap here. Let me actually get this one right as well. Personally, I like to put my run stopper in this formation just because, you know, it's the easiest formation to run on. But you know, when you're sending all these different pressures and different blitzes and stuff like that, man, it keeps your opponents guessing. And if they have to guess and they don't know what's coming and they don't know if they can block your 4-man rush with their 5 blockers, you got the upper hand, man. And you'll end up with 77 sacks. So, if you liked the video, like the video. If you didn't, be sure to dislike it, leave some hateful comments, and unsubscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm out.